everybody. This is Chase, ChaseNCredit. I wanted to spend a little time, make another video about another topic. Topic is will having too many credit cards affect my credit? And actually, that's a good question, right? Because I've heard some people say, there's a rule of thumb, have, no more than 2 credit cards, which personally, I don't think that's a good rule of thumb, because having only 2 credit cards, does what? Like, let's just say you only have 2 credit cards and something happens, right? And you have an emergency, say in your house, and you gotta use one of those credit cards to get some repairs done on your house, emergency repairs, right? So, whether it's a refrigerator or roof or something, that your insurance don't cover. So now you're going to put a large purchase on that credit card, right? Which is going to bring the available credit down, which is going to take your ratio up at the same time, right? That's going to affect your credit. Whereas if you had a few more credit cards, it would balance out. So the other credit cards having just as much available credit would balance that out, and you wouldn't just be left with, you just wouldn't have just 2 credit cards, and you'd be over leveraging that one credit card. So I guess if you look at it, if you had 5 credit cards that each had $10,000 of available credit, and you took one and you had to make a $10,000 purchase, you still be left with $40,000 of available credit. But if you had 2 credit cards and you had to make a $10,000 purchase, then you only be left with $10,000 available credit. But now your usage would be at like 50%. Whereas the other scenario, the first scenario, if you only took 10,000 out of the 50,000, you'd be at 1/5. So your usage would be nowhere near 50%. You see what I'm saying? So that old adage, or where somebody thinks, well, you don't need any more than 2 credit cards, could actually hurt you in the long run versus helping you. Or you'd be at a mad dash trying to call your the banks of those 2 credit cards, trying to get a increase, which they're going to have to pull your credit, which is going to be an inquiry on your credit anyway, because now they're going to pull your credit to see where you are on your credit, just to give you an increase. So if that's the case, you might as well just have another credit card available anyway. So it's 6.5 dozen. So it's not how many credit cards you have, is how you manage those credit cards. So having too many credit cards does not affect you, is how you manage them can affect you and affect your credit. So it's the same thing. If you go and you have 5 credit cards and you go out and you're responsible, and you have one that has the best interest rates and has the best points, and you're going on travel or vacation, and you say, okay, I'm going to use this one because it's going to give me the best bang for my buck for what I'm about to use, and you use that one, you leverage that one, then you're up, and you leave the other 4 set aside in your wallet or pocketbook. Then and you get the benefits from using that one, your American Express or Citi, Bank of America, whatever, and then you don't max out that one that you say you're going to use, right? And then at the end of the month, when that bill comes, or that billing cycle, it comes and they say, hey, your bill is now $2,500, and you just go and automatically swipe it from your bank account and say, hey, let me go ahead and pay this off, and you pay it off and get the balance back down, and now your available credit is right back up, because you say, I don't want to carry a balance on this card. And now you're not only is your available balance back on your card, but your utilization is right back down to 0 or 5 or 6, way below that threshold. But you went on your trip, or you did whatever you had to do, but you had multiple credit cards. So it's not how many credit cards you had, right? But say for instance that person or you, but you had 10 credit cards. So, but as you see, it didn't hurt you how many credit cards you had. But take the same scenario. You got 10 credit cards, right? And you're getting ready to go on a trip, right? Same situation. And you say, you know what? I'm going to take I'm not only going to take my family, I'm going to, I want to be big baller. I want to take some other people, or I got to show everybody how I'm balling, well, maybe I don't want to use that example, but you know what I mean. And I'm just going to run everything up on my credit card and say, you know what, so what, I'll pay for it later. Credit is like cash. I'll use it now, pay for it later. And I just take all 10 of my credit cards and I just max them out, and I don't have a plan for paying them off at the end of the month, right? So the bill comes at the end of the month, and I owe, out of all 10 credit cards, I owe $9,000 on each one of those 10 credit cards. But hey, I had a good time, and I made sure everybody else had a good time, because, at that time, everybody was looking at me like, I'm a big baller. And so when those credit cards come, I can't just swipe it from my bank account and pay off all 10 of these credit cards, $9,000 each, to zero, or so, to zero them out. And now my utilization is pretty much up to 100%. Now it drops my score. I was in the 7s. Now it drops my score down to probably in the 5s, no less. And then again, everybody who saw me as a big baller, nobody is around. They can't loan me their credit. They can't loan me 100 points on their credit to get my credit score back up to 700. So, now I'm stuck like Chuck. So, now say, well, I'm just gonna, make payments on my credit card, and you know how that goes. It's probably not going to work out that way. So it could be 5 years before I even pay these things down. And probably the people who said that, hey, hook me up and I'll just, I'll send you the money later, and that might not happen either. So now my credit cards are maxed out. My credit score dropped down, and then the credit card companies, they might do a review and raise my credit score. Raise my interest rate on my credit cards. It's just a domino effect, all from just one little trip that, choices. We all got them, and sure enough, just a domino effect of how things could happen. My credit was good. I made a choice, and then that choice turned into some other choices. So again, I'll say it again, it's not how many credit cards I got. That doesn't affect my credit score. It's how I manage those credit cards that will affect my credit score. So as long as we got that point clear, how I manage those credit cards is how it affect my credit score. I could have 10 credit cards, all with $10,000 available credit. I could take all 10, stack them up in a pile, and just set them in a safe, right? And lock the safe, and nothing's going to happen. Nothing. Nothing will be affected. If anything, those credit card companies or banks might even send me a letter trying to entice me by raising my credit limit, saying, hey, we just raised your credit limit. Basically saying, hey, use your credit card. We want you to use your credit card because you haven't been using it for the last 3 or 4 months. That's still not going to affect my credit score. You see what I'm saying? So it's not how many credit cards I got, it's how I manage them. So let's just keep that in mind. Don't be scared to have credit cards. Don't think you just got to have 2, because that's not it, right? Matter of fact, having a little more than you need will actually put you in a better shape when something happens, or when an opportunity comes. You just might be in a position to take advantage of that opportunity, right? You might not be in business now, but you might want to be in business later, and you don't have to scramble around to figure out what you're going to do to take advantage of that opportunity. So I hope that helped you, because it helped me, right? So just think about that, and as Will Smith say, if you're ready, you don't have to get ready. So enjoy the rest of your day. I know I plan to while I'm out there chasing credit, and we'll talk to you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, right? So you can get more videos, more information like this, and we'll look forward to giving y'all some more information like this, and we'll talk to you soon.